How do 9 strangers become one? Through trials and sweat, their story begins. This is ZEROBASEONE. It began with 98 trainees chasing the same dream. After 12 weeks of fierce competition on Boys Planet, only 9 would remain. What started as just another survival show soon became the foundation of something far greater. Boys Planet stripped everything down. No pre-written storylines and no guaranteed spotlight. Contestants had to form their own groups, select songs that matched their strengths, and adapt as teammates were eliminated. The pressure was relentless. One weak link could cost a group the mission, and one bad mission could cost a trainee their dream. Over time, judges and fans began to notice who could consistently rise to the occasion. By the finale, the votes revealed the 9 names that would make up ZEROBASEONE, and with that begins a ticking clock of a 2.5-year contract. But what happens when a temporary group starts to feel unstoppable? On the 10th of July 2023, ZEROBASEONE debuted with their first mini-album Youth in the Shade, led by the energetic title track In Bloom. A pop anthem with driving beats and bright visuals that highlighted the group's youthful energy. The music video placed the members in surreal, flower-filled settings that symbolize new beginnings. Over time, the track would become a fan favorite, often cited as the song that perfectly captured ZB1's debut spirit. The project featured B-side tracks like New Kids on the Block, Here I Am, Our Season, and I and Always. Though these did not receive official music videos, it gave fans a first glimpse into the range this group could deliver. The synergy was immediate. Rookie groups often need months to settle in, but after surviving a brutal competition like Boys Planet, ZB1 looked like they had been preparing for this exact moment their entire lives. On stage, their movements were crisp, their vocals stable, and their chemistry undeniable. Just 9 days after debut, ZEROBASEONE secured their first music show win on M Countdown with In Bloom. The win proved that they were here to fight, for every moment they have left, and that was only the beginning. On the 6th of November 2023, ZB1 returned with their second mini-album, Melting Point, led by the explosive title track, Crush. Its urgency mirrored the group's reality. 9 young men performing like time itself was running out. Fans noticed the layered production, the chemistry and harmonies, and the way each member pushed the others higher. The performances were more about dominance rather than survival. They looked less like rookies chasing validation and more like stars demanding attention. Beyond the title track, the mini-album offered range with songs like Melting Point, Take My Hand, Kid Zone, and Good Night. The album crossed the 1 million mark in sales, placing ZEROBASEONE in elite company among K-pop rookies. Few groups managed such numbers so early, and even fewer in project group history. And this raised a new question. Could a group designed to be temporary actually carve out a legacy? On March 2024, ZEROBASEONE expanded into Japan with their debut single, Yura Yura. A bright, upbeat J-pop track that balanced youthful energy with a polished pop sound, quickly becoming a fan favorite. Selling over 302,000 copies in its first week, it topped the Oricon singles chart and made them the first K-pop boy group of the 5th generation to debut in Japan with such numbers. For ZB1, every move mattered because the countdown on their contract ticked louder with each release. Debuting in Japan was about proving their staying power, that they could resonate across cultures, and securing a future beyond just Korean stages. And the Japanese fans responded with overwhelming support. Beyond sales, ZB1's appearances on local variety shows and music programs showed their genuine effort to connect despite the language barrier. And that authenticity paid off in fan loyalty. On May 13, 2024, ZEROBASEONE released their comeback mini-album, You Had Me at Hello, with the lead single, Feel the Pop. Signaling a new era in both sound and identity. The title track blended energetic pop with nuanced vocals that highlighted the group's growth. The album's track list included Solar Power, Dear Eclipse, Sweat, Sunday Ride, and Hello. Each member stepped forward confidently, showing mastery over performance and stage presence that surprised even the most dedicated fans. The era marked a turning point for ZB1, not just musically, but in public perception. Critics praised the album for cohesiveness and the way the group translated personal experience into their music. Live performances during this era were particularly memorable. Each stage featured inventive choreography, unique stage setups, and moments of improvisation that gave fans a sense of witnessing something unrepeatable. This era had solidified ZB1 as more than just a fleeting group. On the 29th of April, 2024, ZEROBASEONE announced their first concert tour, scheduled to run from Seoul in September to Kanagawa in December. The anticipation was massive, with tickets selling out rapidly, reflecting not only fan loyalty, but growing public attention. The tour was a chance for ZB1 to demonstrate versatility and stamina. Each show featured a mix of their Korean hits, Japanese tracks, and unreleased stage arrangements that showcased each member's unique strengths. The tour elevated ZB1 from rookies to seasoned performers. Every stage, costume change, and production element seemed meticulously crafted, emphasizing that this project group could deliver full-fledged global performances. The tour solidified their status, setting the stage for the subsequent album eras. And just when fans thought they had seen it all, on the 26th of August 2024, ZB1 released their fourth mini-album, Cinema Paradise, led by Good So Bad. The track list also featured Kill the Romeo, Insomnia, Road Movie, Eternity, a remake version of The Sea, and a Korean version of Yura Yura. The entire project leaned into cinematic concepts, each song like a different film scene. Their maturity is quickly noticed in this release. Good So Bad brought a bittersweet energy, while tracks like Insomnia and Road Movie carried late-night reflective moods. It was as if the group was documenting their journey, song by song, preparing a time capsule in case they wouldn't get another chance. The performances was elevated. From stage design to emotive delivery, it felt like they were acting as much as singing. By the time their 2.5-year contract reached its midpoint, ZEROBASEONE had accumulated an impressive list of achievements. While their popularity soared, the looming 2.5-year contract always hung over the group. Fans and media alike speculated on whether the group would disband, extend, or transform into something new. In early 2025, ZEROBASEONE showcased their artistic growth with two distinct releases. First, they released their Japanese EP Present on the 29th of January, featuring a blend of new original songs and Japanese versions of their Korean hits. A month later, on the 24th of February, they followed up with the Korean mini-album Blue Paradise. The mini-album explored emotional depth, with tracks like Blue, Devil Game, Doctor Doctor, Out of Love, Step Back, and Cruel, presenting a mix of vulnerability and power. Fans applauded both releases for their technical mastery and emotional resonance, cementing ZB1's artistic credibility. And with Blue Paradise, ZB1 closed another chapter of growth while stepping into the final stretch of their contract. ZEROBASEONE will be releasing their first studio album, Never Say Never, on the 1st of September 2025, following the release of the single Slam Dunk on the 23rd of July. This marks another milestone as the group moves closer to the conclusion of their contract, showing that even in their final stretch, they continue to push forward with ambition. Looking at Blue Paradise and every journey leading up to it, it's clear how far ZEROBASEONE have come in such a short time. From their debut struggles to commanding stages on their first tour, they've proven not just their popularity, but their ability to grow and adapt. This journey doesn't have to feel like an ending. It could be the foundation of what they can still achieve. ZEROBASEONE never set out to be the biggest or longest running group. They focused on being genuine and true to their journey. And the fans they connected with so far, Zeros, continue to speculate on what comes next, whether it's a reunion, solo ventures, or extending the contract. But what's certain is that ZEROBASEONE has left a mark that will outlast the clock, transforming from a temporary survival project into a lasting musical phenomenon. From 0 to 1, the sky is truly the limit. ZB1 dared to be bold. Will you?